You don't need enemies when your own mouth is your biggest betrayer. Somewhere right now, someone is using your own words against you, plotting your downfall with sentences you carelessly spoke months ago. That harmless joke, it's now evidence. That secret you shared in confidence, it's leverage in someone else's hands. That moment of vulnerability, it's their roadmap to your destruction. We live under a dangerous illusion that words vanish into the air, that people forget, that conversations are safe. But history tells another story. Empires have fallen because of a single confession. Leaders have been ruined by an unguarded moment. Friendships, alliances, even legacies, all destroyed by tongues that moved too freely. The ancients knew a truth we've abandoned. Your mouth can be your greatest enemy. It exposes your fears, reveals your desires, and arms your opponents with the tools to defeat you. Niccolo Machiavelli studied this deeply and came to a simple conclusion. Power belongs to those who speak less and observe more. Control your words and you control your fate. In this video, you'll uncover 10 psychological traps that quietly turn your mouth into your executioner. Everyone falls into them, but only the wise learn to recognize and escape before it's too late. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I speak only to win. Number 1, the rage revelation. Anger is the most dangerous truth serum. The moment rage takes control, your mind's defenses collapse, and your mouth becomes a weapon aimed at yourself. Every grievance you've buried, every resentment you've disguised, every dark emotion you've kept hidden, they all surge out like venom. The person who provoked you isn't your enemy. They've become your interrogator. They've found the perfect way to make you expose your own secrets. While you're busy feeling justified, they're studying you, decoding your weaknesses, identifying your triggers, learning exactly what makes you lose control. Rage makes you predictable. And once someone knows what provokes you, they can control you. Your anger becomes their remote control, a button they can press whenever they want you to say too much, make a poor decision, or destroy your own reputation. The real danger isn't in what you say. It's in who's listening. Your moment of fury becomes their permanent record of your character. Your temporary outburst becomes their eternal evidence. Machiavelli warned, "He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command." But command begins with self-command. If you can't rule your emotions, you'll never rule your outcomes. Rage isn't strength, it's weakness disguised as power. The truly powerful still feel anger, but they never perform it. They process it privately and respond with strategy, not emotion. Because they know that today's explosion becomes tomorrow's ammunition for their enemies. Number 2, the victory parade. Success is a drug far more intoxicating than alcohol. When you start winning, your ego starts whispering, "Show them, tell them, let them know how smart you are." You crave applause, credit, validation. You want the world to see the genius behind your success. But this hunger for recognition has destroyed more winners than failure ever has. Every time you explain how you succeeded, you're teaching your enemies how to catch up. Every time you reveal your strategy, you hand them the blueprint for your downfall. Every detail you share becomes a manual for your replacement. The need to be admired turns the mysterious victor into the transparent fool. And the moment mystery dies, power weakens.
Your competitors aren't clapping for you. They're studying you. They're not impressed by your rise. They're dissecting your methods. Every celebration you broadcast becomes a lesson plan for your opposition. They're not your audience. They're your future threats. Quietly gathering intelligence, you freely gave way. Machiavelli once said, "A wise ruler ought never to keep faith when it is against his interest." Telling the story of your success may feel like honoring those who supported you, but it often betrays your future. Your loyalty should belong to your next victory, not to the curiosity of the crowd. The truly powerful celebrate in silence. They understand that mystery sustains authority, while explanation erodes it. They let others guess, wonder, and speculate, because in power, the less they know, the stronger you remain. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Victory speaks silently. Number 3, the liquid confession. Alcohol doesn't create truth, it releases it. Every sip weakens the mental walls that guard your secrets. Every drink lowers your defenses. Every bottle turns you into a source of intelligence for anyone wise enough to stay sober. The greatest secrets aren't stolen through interrogation. They're volunteered through intoxication. Under the influence, people confess everything: affairs, fears, ambitions, failures, and future plans. What a mind manipulator might spend months uncovering can be revealed in one careless, drunken conversation. The skilled ones know this. They create comfortable settings, pour the drinks generously, ask gentle, curious questions, and then they listen. While you speak too much, they remember everything. While you forget the night, they file away your words as ammunition. Your drunk honesty becomes sober damage. That personal confession becomes legal evidence. That harmless venting about business or relationships becomes someone else's advantage. That single night of vulnerability can rewrite your reputation, your career, even your future. Machiavelli once said, "A prince, so long as he keeps his subjects united and loyal, ought not to mind the reproach of cruelty." Be cruel, not to others, but to your own impulses when the bottle is in your hand. Deny them the satisfaction of hearing your truth. Your temporary need to connect, confess, or be understood can cost you permanent peace. The powerful drink strategically, or not at all. They understand that in an age where every conversation can be recorded, every intoxicated word can be used as evidence. They value clarity over connection, silence over sympathy. Number 4, the breaking point. Pressure reveals character, and most people discover they have less character than they thought. When stress mounts, deadlines approach, and expectations increase, the civilized mask slips away. What emerges is often ugly, weak, and perfectly exploitable by those who understand human psychology. Stress creates desperation, and desperation creates confession. Under pressure, people admit they're unqualified, reveal they're struggling, and confess they're failing. They think they're seeking support, but they're actually providing their enemies with targeting information.
The most dangerous stress confessions happen to those closest to you. You tell family about your work struggles, friends about your relationship problems, and colleagues about your inadequacies. Each confession creates a vulnerability that can be weaponized against you later. Your breaking point isn't a moment of authenticity, it's a moment of exploitation. While you're focused on relieving pressure, others are focused on applying it. Your stress becomes their opportunity to extract information, gain advantage, or position themselves for your downfall. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." When you break under pressure, you inspire neither fear nor love. You inspire contempt. People lose respect for those who can't handle stress professionally. Your moment of weakness becomes their permanent assessment of your capabilities. Pressure is not your enemy. Your response to pressure is. Master your response, and pressure becomes a tool for eliminating weak competitors who reveal themselves under stress. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Pressure builds diamonds. Number 5. The sympathy extraction. Professional manipulators don't attack directly. They appear vulnerable. They share carefully crafted stories of struggle, reveal strategic weaknesses, and make you feel like their savior. While you're busy feeling important and needed, they're busy extracting every piece of valuable information you possess. The sympathy trap works because it reverses the power dynamic. Instead of feeling threatened, you feel protective. Instead of guarding secrets, you share them to help. Instead of maintaining distance, you create intimacy that can be exploited later. Real vulnerability is rare and messy. Performed vulnerability is polished and purposeful. Learn to distinguish between genuine need and strategic manipulation. The person who tells the perfect sob story is often the most dangerous predator in the room. Your compassion becomes their competitive advantage. Every secret you share to help them becomes intelligence they use against you. Every weakness you reveal in solidarity becomes ammunition for future attacks. Machiavelli once said, "Men are so simple of mind and so much dominated by their immediate needs that a deceitful person will always find plenty who are ready to be deceived." Your immediate need to help and connect make you vulnerable to deception. While you're focused on being a good person, they're focused on being a successful manipulator. Your kindness becomes their weapon. True strength helps without revealing vulnerabilities. It supports without sharing secrets. It shows compassion without showing weakness. Master this balance or become prey to those who have already mastered you. Now I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I help without revealing. Number 6. The information exchange. Social groups operate on information currency. Every secret shared, every opinion revealed, every confidence broken has value in the social marketplace. When you participate in gossip, you're not just passing time, you're trading intelligence. And most people are terrible negotiators. The gossip economy has simple rules. Information flows upward to power, and betrayal flows downward to weakness. The person who collects secrets without sharing them accumulates power.
The person who shares secrets without collecting them becomes powerless. Every workplace, every friend group, every community has information brokers. They appear interested, trustworthy, and connected, but they're actually running intelligence operations where your secrets are the product and your trust is the transaction cost. The most dangerous aspect of gossip isn't what you say about others, it's what it reveals about you. Every secret you share proves you can't be trusted. Every confidence you break advertises your unreliability. Every piece of gossip you spread becomes evidence of your character. Machiavelli once said, "The way men live is so far removed from the way they ought to live that anyone who abandons what is for what should be pursues his downfall rather than his preservation." You think gossip ought to be harmless social bonding. The reality is information warfare, where your secrets are traded like commodities. While you focus on what should be, others exploit what actually is, a marketplace for intelligence. Master the information economy by becoming a collector rather than a distributor. Listen to everything, contribute nothing valuable, and watch as others destroy themselves with their own loose tongues. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Secrets flow to me. Number 7. The authority trap. When power challenges you unfairly, your instincts ignite. You want to defend yourself, explain your side, prove your competence. But that reaction, that emotional need for justice, is the trap. It has ended more careers, destroyed more reputations, and silenced more potential than any external enemy ever could. Authority doesn't seek your explanations. It demands your composure. Most challenges from those above you aren't true conflicts. They're tests. They're designed to measure your discipline, your emotional control, and your ability to remain professional under pressure. The moment you react defensively, you fail the test. You confirm their suspicions about your weakness. In positions of power, fairness is a myth. Respect isn't granted because you argue for it, it's earned through results. The understanding you crave will never come from confronting those who hold influence over you. The more you justify yourself, the more guilty you appear. Your defense becomes your prosecution. Every emotional argument becomes proof that you lack control, perspective, and maturity. Machiavelli once said, "Politics have no relation to morals." The moral outrage you feel when treated unfairly doesn't matter in the world of power. Justice and power play by different rules, and only one of them decides your future. The wise know this. When authority tests you, respond with strategic silence and superior execution. Let results become your argument. Let performance become your revenge. Because in power games, silence protects you, and success speaks for you. Number 8. The revenge revelation. When betrayal cuts deep, the urge for revenge burns hot. You hold powerful ammunition, their secrets, their fears, their failures. You know exactly where to strike. Using what you know feels like justice, but it isn't. Revenge through revelation is a self-destruction disguised as victory. It wounds your enemy, but it destroys your credibility forever. Every relationship is an exchange of intelligence. You know their vulnerabilities, and they know yours. When you start exposing their secrets, you're not just punishing them, you're broadcasting a message to the world. I can't be trusted. Future partners, employers, and allies are always watching how you handle betrayal. Your revenge becomes their warning. Your outburst becomes their red flag. The damage you inflict on them is temporary. The damage to your reputation is permanent.
Machiavelli once wrote, "Severities should be dealt out all at once, so that their suddenness may give less offense. Benefits ought to be handed out little by little, so that they may be appreciated the more. If you must seek revenge, do it with precision, not emotion. Strike through results, not revelations. Never expose confidences, never burn the bridge that could serve you later." The true masters of power understand this. Silence is leverage. Secrets are currency. Once you spend them, you could never use them again. The wise store betrayal as energy, not for gossip, but for future strategy. Because silence is the most elegant form of revenge. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Silence is my revenge. Number 9. The Competence Theater. When you feel uncertain or insecure, your mouth rushes to perform, to prove you know more than you do, to project confidence you don't yet possess. But this verbal overcompensation fools no one. The harder you try to sound capable, the more transparent your insecurity becomes. In the theater of confidence, over-explaining is the confession of doubt. True competence doesn't announce itself, it demonstrates itself. The powerful don't need to perform expertise, their results speak it for them. You name-drop to seem connected, over-explain to seem intelligent, and interrupt to seem significant. Yet each action screams insecurity louder than words ever could. What you think is a display of strength becomes a spectacle of weakness. Your performance becomes everyone else's entertainment. True competence doesn't announce itself. Real expertise doesn't explain itself. Genuine confidence doesn't beg to be seen. The more you perform these qualities through speech, the more you reveal that you don't possess them in substance. Words become camouflage for emptiness. The real danger of competence theater isn't embarrassment, it's predictability. People begin to notice what triggers your need to prove yourself. They learn which topics, titles, or moments make you insecure. And once they know that, they can control you. They'll provoke you into oversharing, overpromising, or overreacting, all while you believe you're asserting dominance. Machiavelli once said, "Never was anything great achieved without danger." The danger of appearing incompetent feels unbearable to the insecure mind.
But the greater danger lies in proving incompetence through desperate overcompensation. Those who are truly powerful allow silence to protect their credibility. They let their results speak louder than their explanations. Masters of their craft never rush to be recognized because they know value always reveals itself in time. They'd rather be underestimated temporarily than exposed permanently. Number 10. The promise prison. When you feel pressure, expectation, or demand, your mouth often reacts faster than your mind. You start making promises your reality can't deliver. Promises feel like instant relief. They calm others, buy time, and create the illusion of control. But every promise is a debt, and every debt comes with interest. Promise-making is the language of desperation. It's what people do when they lack immediate solutions, but still want to appear capable. Instead of facing the truth, they sell the future. Instead of building real value, they build false hope. And when those promises fail, the cost isn't just disappointment, it's the erosion of trust.
Every unkept promise becomes a crack in your credibility. Every broken commitment becomes proof that your word holds no weight. Every failed guarantee tells the world that you chase comfort over integrity. Machiavelli warned, "He who builds on the people builds on the mud." Promises are built on hope, and hope without substance is as unstable as mud. People want to believe your words because it soothes their fears and solves their problems. But when those promises crumble, both your reputation and their faith collapse together. The powerful know this truth. Make fewer promises and exceed every one of them. Underpromise, overdeliver. Build your reputation not on declarations, but on execution. Your mouth has been your greatest betrayer, sabotaging your ambitions in moments of weakness and emotion. Every conversation is a potential battlefield where one careless word can destroy years of strategy. The wise move in silence, speak with precision, and let actions write the legacy their words never could. Every social interaction is a chess match, and your words are either strategic moves or fatal blunders. The 10 traps we've explored aren't rare missteps. They're everyday moments unfolding all around you. The difference between those who rise and those who fall isn't luck, intelligence, or opportunity. It's awareness. The understanding that words carry consequences and silence carries power. Machiavelli understood what most people never grasp. The game of life is not won by those who speak their minds, but by those who master their minds before they speak. Every word you release either strengthens your position or weakens it. Every silence either shields you or exposes you. In a world where every sentence can be recorded, remembered, and reused, verbal discipline is no longer optional. It's survival. Your ability to speak with strategy rather than emotion determines your trajectory. It decides whether you control your destiny or become another victim of your own voice. The most powerful individuals in history weren't loud, they were deliberate. They spoke when words could build empires and remained silent when words could destroy them. They knew the truth. In the ultimate game of power and influence, your mouth is both your weapon and your weakness. The question is, which will it be for you? Will you let careless speech continue to sabotage your success? Or will you learn to command your tongue like a sword? Will you keep feeding your enemies information disguised as conversation? Or will you join the few who understand that true power whispers while weakness shouts? Your words will either construct your empire or become the tools others use to dismantle it. The decision begins now, because in a world where most people speak without thinking, the one who masters silence masters fate. If this opened your eyes to how your own words have been used against you, subscribe now for more insights into the dark psychology of power and manipulation. Your future self will thank you for choosing strategy over impulse and silence over self-sabotage.